Hello and welcome back to this Python series. In this lesson, we're going to make something fun. It's going to be a temperature converter that will take a Celsius value and convert that to Fahrenheit. In here, we'll be taking some things that we learned from the previous lessons, such as lists and for loops. So, let's get started and write this program. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to make a list that will contain all the temperatures in Celsius that we want to convert to Fahrenheit. So I'll make a variable called list1 and we'll assign it the list data type. And enter in any number you want. So in my case, I'll just simply put in these four numbers that come in my head. And you can do whatever number you want, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'll choose these numbers. And then we want to make a second list, but for now we'll leave that empty because this second list is what will contain our converted values. And since we haven't yet converted anything, we will leave that blank for the time being. And then we want one more variable called updated value, and we'll first set that to 0, but this will be important later when we deal with the formula that will convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So then we can do print the temperatures in Celsius were, and then it'll print out the original list. And if you run the program, that's what it should show at first. So it will show the original list and then it will show the updated one when it's been converted. To do this, we can do a for loop. So do for x in, and there'll be whatever we call the variable that contained the original list. So that was list 1 in my case. And then we can do updated value, which is this variable over here that we set to 0. And then we can do equals. And then before we can type in the formula, let's go and double check what it even is. So the Celsius to Fahrenheit calculator says that what we want to do is take the degrees Celsius and you want to multiply that by 9/5, and then we can do plus 32. So we want to first put that in a bracket. Now 9/5 can also be 1.8. They just mean the same thing really. So let's go bring that up. Like if I were to do it right now, just do like 9 divided by 5, that is 1.8. And now personally, I think it's easier to do 1.8, but if you want to do 9/5, well, do whatever works for you, but either way you will get the same result. So x times 1.8 and then plus 32, which is what the formula over here says. So we're multiplying it. And then the next thing we want to do is you're going to append that list that's currently empty. So we're going to append that with the updated value. And that will go over every other value that is in the list. So that's what this for loop is for. It will do that until we reach the end of the list. So then we can now print the temperatures in Fahrenheit are, so that's the new converted value. So let's do print list2. And let's demonstrate. So let's run this program. And now our calculator is saying that the temperatures in Celsius were this. And then the temperatures in Fahrenheit are. So now it's saying that 23.3 has been converted to 73.94 as a Fahrenheit. And 30.2 is 86.36. Is that correct? Well, let's give it a try. So let's head over to our web browser. And right now, let's take in the first value, that is 23.3. So let's type that in. And is that correct? 23.3 is indeed 73.94, and that's what it says over here. So let's do the same with 19.1. And it's giving me 66.38 as Fahrenheit, which is exactly what we got over here. So you can see that our calculator is working as intended. We have successfully taken whatever was in this list. Let's actually add in another value. Let's do 37.9. And let's run this program again. And we can actually add in another space, because if you see over here right now, it is kind of lumped together and it's kind of messy. So let's do that by adding in a new line. And we can achieve this by doing \n, which will just simply put that down into a new line. We can do that twice, and then if you run this program again, you can see that it looks much more neater. So 37.9 was converted to 100.22. Let's double check. And exactly that is what we get. So you can see that our program is working as intended, and it doesn't matter how many values we add, because this for loop will keep going as long as the list as long as the list is, so it will go from start to finish. So you can add whatever number you want and it won't matter. So that's it for this lesson, and stay tuned for the next one.